Have you ever felt like you were just a passenger in your own emotional life? You know, just reacting to whatever the world throws at you? Well, what if you could actually take the wheel? Today, we're going to dive into a really powerful framework that helps you do just that: govern your own emotions. It's time to stop just reacting and start truly leading.
And this really boils down to one powerful question from Dr. John Demartini. Are you going to be the master of your destiny, or are you going to be a victim of your history? Do you want to be in command, designing your future, or do you want to be run by all these old reflexes that were conditioned by your past? It turns out that choice is yours to make in every single moment.
So let's talk about that choice, because we are facing this fundamental choice every single moment. Are we going to let the world outside run us? You know, the news, other people's opinions, whatever's happening out there? Or are we going to be governed from within, by our own design?
Right, and this is the battleground where that choice is made. You can either react or you can respond. Now, reacting, that's automatic, it's emotional. A lot of the time it's totally unconscious. But responding, that's thoughtful, it's governed, it's conscious. And the difference between the two? Well, it all comes down to what's happening inside your brain. Okay, let's get into this because it's fascinating. We essentially have two competing systems in our brain, and they're kind of at war with each other. One is super primitive and fast, and the other is way more advanced and a bit slower. Understanding this conflict is really the first step to winning the war for self-mastery.
So, on one side, you've got System 1. This is your primitive brain. It's built for survival, right? It's fast, emotional, reactive. Think gut feelings, knee-jerk reactions. Then, on the other side, you have System 2, your advanced executive brain. This is the part that lets you pause and think before you act. Yeah, it's a little slower, but it is the true source of your power.
You know that classic knee-jerk reflex? That's the perfect way to get what System 1 is all about. A doctor taps your knee with that little hammer, and your leg just kicks out before you even have a chance to think about it. That is a pure automatic reaction. A signal goes in, and action comes right back out. You have zero conscious control over it.
But when that same signal has enough time to travel all the way up to your advanced brain, something pretty amazing happens. It's not just a reflex anymore. It becomes information that you can actually process. And this is what allows for conscious thought and, most importantly, for choice. So instead of a spastic jerk, you get to create a governed, graceful response. You're no longer a victim of the stimulus. You're in command. So here's the million-dollar question. What determines which brain takes over? Is it going to be the primitive reactor or the advanced master? The answer, and this is the whole secret, lies in one simple but really profound thing: your perception. This is where Dr. Demartini's work is so powerful. He says your perception literally acts like a switch. The way you see a situation, the ratio of positives to negatives you're seeing, that's what determines which part of your brain gets all the blood, oxygen, and glucose it needs to fire up.
I mean, think about it. When you're totally infatuated with someone, what do you see? Only the upsides, right? All the amazing positives. You're completely blind to any negatives. Well, your primitive brain interprets this super one-sided view as prey, something desirable that you need to acquire and consume. And boom, that fires up System 1, creating this impulse to get it no matter the cost. And of course, the exact opposite happens with resentment. When someone really triggers you, all you can see are the downsides, the negatives. Your primitive brain interprets this as a predator, a major threat to your survival. And again, System 1 hijacks the system, firing up that instinct to fight, flee, or just freeze.
So, what happens when your perception is balanced? Well, as you can see right here, when you finally acknowledge both the positives and the negatives, the emergency is over. The primitive brain can stand down, and your advanced executive brain, System 2, comes back online. And that's when you can finally think clearly, objectively, and act with reason.
Okay, so if a balanced perception is the key, how do we actually get there? I mean, this isn't just a cool theory, it's a practice. You can actively shift from your primitive brain to your advanced brain in real time. And the tool for doing it is way simpler than you might think. It's all about asking the right questions.
Seriously, questions are the whole key. They have this incredible power to bring unconscious information into your conscious awareness. See, when you're resentful, you are unconscious of the upsides. When you're infatuated, you're totally unconscious of the downsides. The right questions force your brain to see the whole picture.
So here's a simple but really powerful method you can use the next time you feel that resentment bubbling up.
It's just 3 steps, and they're designed to bring that lopsided view of yours back into balance and put your executive brain back in the driver's seat.
First up, you have got to get crystal clear. Don't use these vague labels like, oh, they were so disrespectful. Nope. What did they specifically do or say? At 3 p.m. on Tuesday, they verbally criticized my report in front of the whole team. The more specific you are, the more power you have over the reaction.
All right, now this next one, it can sting a little, but it's absolutely vital. You have to ask yourself, where and when have I displayed that exact same behavior? The truth is, we only really resent things in other people that remind us of a part of ourselves that we feel ashamed of. Owning it just dissolves the judgment and immediately takes that emotional charge way, way down.
And finally, this is where you flip the script. You switch your focus. At that exact moment, how did their action actually help you? What were the upsides? And just keep stacking up the benefits. Did it make you stronger? More resilient? Did it maybe reveal a blind spot you had? You keep going until the benefits feel equal to the drawbacks. And when they do, the resentment just dissolves.
Now, here's where things get really fascinating. If you actually follow this path of balancing your perceptions over and over, you arrive at this profound realization. Dr. Demartini calls it the great discovery. And it doesn't just change how you see one event, it changes how you see your entire life.
And here it is. At the exact same moment you perceived something negative, like being criticized, there was an equal and opposite positive event happening simultaneously. Someone, somewhere, maybe even a part of yourself, was praising you. You were never just rejected, you were also being accepted. Both things were always there, but our biased perception chose to see only one side of the coin.
This leads to a pretty radical redefinition of love. True love isn't that one-sided fairy tale emotion of infatuation. It's the synthesis of these pairs of opposites. It's the ability to embrace both the good and the bad, the support and the challenge, the pleasure and the pain of a person or a situation, all at once. It's seeing the full picture.
And when you can get to this balanced state, 4 incredible pillars of self-mastery just emerge spontaneously. You feel this deep gratitude for how everything is perfectly ordered. You experience a real unconditional love. You have certainty because you're no longer being tossed around by emotional highs and lows, and you become fully, truly present.
So here's the big takeaway, the thing to really let sink in. The universe is always in equilibrium. It means that every single moment of your life, you have been surrounded by a complete experience of love, a perfect balance of support and challenge, designed to help you grow. The only source of our suffering is our own decision to ignore half of that reality.
So I want to leave you with a final thought to chew on. What would change for you if you started to look for that balance in your own life? What if you knew for a fact that every single moment, no matter how it feels on the surface, is actually a complete and perfect act of love just waiting for you to see the whole picture?